Hello fellow pilots, I'm Major Payne and this is another episode of How to Play, and today I'm gonna talk about Bf-109 G-6N Gustav. It's a new premium tier 7 German light fighter, currently available in sets of missions. I already finished them. I helped myself with certificates because I didn't want to grind too much, but I did the hard ones, which cost most of the certificates, and I have this machine already. And of course I specialize it using my tokens. Actually, I use gold to buy tokens and then I use tokens to get my specialization. So let's get into it, and let's first talk about the parameters of this new machine. As you see, 4 slots for equipment. One of these is for guns, so we can increase the firepower. Not many planes have that, so that's very interesting. And we're naturally gonna compare this plane to Bf-109 G-6, which is very popular at tier 7, good premium plane. So we have here the plane which is more maneuverable but have a little bit less firepower, but I'm going to talk more about this firepower because it's a bit tricky. So let's start with the guns. So we have those two 20mm cannons. They have very good range, 780 meters, one 30mm cannon in the hub and two 13mm heavy machine guns. So that's very good firepower, cumulative damage 500 almost. So it sounds perfect on paper, but you can feel it in a game that something is wrong. It's not very accurate. You're missing a lot of shots. The target, which should be like deleted, you keep firing at it and he's still flying. So it's very often we are feeling that something is wrong here, and the reason for that is auto aim angle. You cannot see that in a hangar in a game. You have to go to outside website and model 3D, and you can see here that those two 20mm cannons have auto aim angle 1 degree. So this is very small auto aim angle, and that's the problem. It's like a ground attack plane. So compared to Bf-109 G-6, which have 2 degrees, that's the difference. Yeah, so that's why we missing a lot of shots, because this auto aim angle is very bad. Let's get back to the rest of the parameters. So survivability, very standard, 300 HP pool. Now airspeed, also typical for Bf-109s. You have 710 top speed with boost and maximum dive speed 870. Now maneuverability is interesting. So we have average turn time 10.8 seconds. So it's much better than Bf-109 G-6, but still not enough to outturn most of the light fighters. So we use boom and zoom tactic. Basically we use this altitude and speed and firepower. We not engage into any turn fights with most of the light fighters, but Bf-109 G-6 should be afraid. Now maximum optimum altitude 2200, service ceiling 4200, and the rate of climb 139 meters per second, which is absolutely great, like for a high altitude light fighter. Now how did I build my plane? So that's my build. And I have on first slot culminator sight, very standard, but I set up bonus characteristic on this culminator sight for accuracy, maximum accuracy and chance of fire 10%, and then on second slot I have experimental reinforced airframe, which gave me extra HP. Of course, boost mixture injection system on engine to get top speed and acceleration. And for the guns I have gas operation action, so basically I increase the rate of fire, and I think that's the most efficient. And you can try the bolt carriers to increase the overheat time, so you're not gonna overheat your gun so quickly. That's also a very interesting option, but definitely I wouldn't go for the long gun barrels because this auto aim angle is so bad for 20mm cannons, plus the difference between 30mm cannon range and 20mm cannon range, this is like over 200 meters difference, so I wouldn't, that's very difficult to operate those guns together. So I prefer maximum rate of fire at close range with all guns simultaneously. Of course in a head-on engagement I start fire much earlier, so I use those 20mm cannons as much as I can. As for the pilot, I used the special pilot Charlotte von Staufen, I guess that's the right name, but you can use another pilot, also very good. This is my Bf-109 F pilot, so I have aerobatic expert, aerodynamic expert, very standard skills, and of course resilience must have for light fighters, and then marksman 1 and 2, very important for this plane. Now let's jump right into the battle and let's see the gameplay and a little bit of tactic. I really like the camouflages on this new plane, like all of them. So that's a good work. World of Warplanes team, good work in this regard. Yeah, but that's just another Bf-109. Not much input into the game, I would say, but I think it's worth it. I think it's really fun to play. If someone already don't have Bf-109 K6, so I'm starting at high altitude, I'm picking up the target now, and I see this Bf-109 G. So Bf-109 G is more maneuverable for sure, and he can keep up with me. He's has the same speed, more or less the same speed, but more maneuverable. He doesn't have a firepower, but he don't need it if he outmaneuvers, so that's why we're not getting into any turn fight. We just keep going straight and looking for another target, and there you go. And we flip the airbase. Now I'm gonna try to defend this airbase for a while, but we need to keep an eye on the minimap. We cannot allow the enemies to have those rocket bases, at least not, well, not two of them. Yeah, so it's very good firepower, which allowed me to knock out even the multi-row fighters. That's the Bf-209, that's a very deadly plane for us. Yeah, but he's rammed by P90, so we use the opportunity to finish off. Things not looking good, I would say. We have 2 sectors, enemy have 3 sectors. K94 is a deadly plane. Oh lord, see how difficult it is to put these shells into, like, I feel like I fired way too long to take out this enemy. Yes, head on. Now I'm in big trouble now, but you see, 209 is definitely more maneuverable than I am. But we can buy a time. And we mark him also. So maybe someone will help, and is helping someone, yeah. This is it, you see, we not give up and we survive because our allied take out this Me-209. I cannot repair the plane because it's destroyed. The repair unit on our base is destroyed. So now it's an interesting situation. I need to do something, and I need to do something fast because the enemy have 2 rocket bases now. That's a critical situation. What am I doing? Rocket base, but I have not enough HP, and yeah, K93, good shot. Okay, so that's look very bad. I'm gonna go straight away to the garrison on the left. There's a multi-roll over there, yeah. So that multi-roll, that have to be bought, yes. So we cannot count on bot that he's gonna take this sector, so I'm gonna go there to finish off, because just so little left on this sector to capture that. And from there I have to go straight away for enemy rocket base. We need to have those rocket bases, at least one of it. Yeah, so that doesn't look good, but look, there is a chance. Yeah, so I use my extra engine cooling as quick as possible. I have to get there. I see the enemy planes are actually defending this rocket base, so I need to engage them, and we'll see how that's gonna go. Maybe our bomber pilot, XB-42, in the meantime will take over the other rocket base, so that's gonna flip the situation completely. But I need to do my job here. I need to take this. You see, yeah, they K94 defending. So I'm going high because at high altitude I just need to. They're gonna see me now because I'm over the sector. So I'm trying to drag them at higher altitude. Yeah, they keep coming. I'm not worried about bots, but players. There you go. I also turned my plane. Oh, he actually didn't want to go that head on. Very good for him, but too late. He decided too late. Brilliant. Okay. Yeah, so 93, not this time. That's the strength of this plane, this firepower and this high altitude capabilities, good speed, and yeah, that's the main reason you can do good results in this machine. It's very similar to Bf-109 G-6 in many aspects. We have good altitude performance, almost same speed. Yeah, I try to surprise this guy. Again. Alright, fire. Oh no, no fire. Uh-oh. Oh! I smell like a dead body now. Yeah. Okay. At least that wasn't over the sector. That was a waste of time. Essentially, that was a waste of time. But okay, we're still winning. I'm gonna respond on airbase, but yeah, the two rocket bases, and I guess our brave bomber pilot, actually they're gonna flip over that garrison. We're gonna lose the rocket base in a moment, I guess. Oh yeah, obviously. But we still have 4 sectors with building our advantage now, so I'm gonna stay over the airbase because it's a skull line already in a game, so I just try to stay alive and defend what we have, and that's all I need to do to win this game. And I play today good few battles already, but they all up against tier 8. Every single one of them. Not even the first battle, which I was thinking that I should have one battle up against tier 7. See how difficult it is to... I mean, I shouldn't complain that much. Okay. No, so that's brilliant. That's brilliant. I survived the worst. Yeah, sometimes it feels like you cannot hit the target with those 20s, definitely. So when I saw this auto aim angle on 1 degree only, I think, okay, that's the reason. No, actually, I have to correct myself. Actually, I had one game where I was actually on the top. Brilliant. Tu-10. Someone must change the plane, but that's way too late. Yeah. Alright, that's nice win. That's a nice win. It's up against tier 8. It's 5 chevron battle, so that's very good one. I had before already a couple better games, like in terms of personal score, but no, this one is more interesting, definitely, and it's also a very good score. All right, that's a nice game. Let's see what's the result in the hangar. All right, guys, we get close to the end of the video, so time to sum up everything. And that's the result of the battle. So as you see, 3 sectors, not so much, but 620 capture points. That's actually very, very good for this plane. And I had a couple much better games in terms of the personal score, but I choose to show you this one because that's up against tier 8 and it was pretty difficult in order to win. Okay, important here is this equipment. This extra HP is very, very important. You have to think about that this way. How many times you've been left on very low HP, like 10, 20 HP, yeah? So you see where I'm getting with this. This extra HP allows you to stay much longer in a game alive and do much more thanks to this in many situations. We have tendency not to realize that very often. It's not typical for the light fighter to have the reinforced skin, but some light fighters can benefit from this, and that's the one of them. Overall, very good plane, absolutely fantastic and worth of grinding. So it's a very good plane to counter Bf-109 K6. So if I'm gonna go up against good player in Bf-109 K6, I'm fine. I feel like I have a lot of advantage. So in one-on-one with K6 we have a good advantage. Okay, and this is premium, so if you have the special pilot Charlotte, don't forget to put her into that plane, because 20% extra damage in the head-on, it's not nothing. It's very good. And I don't know if did you notice or not, in the intro it's actually, you can see it very well, that I turn my plane to the left or right, so I'm not aligned with enemy plane when I'm going head-on. So far that's worked very well for me, so I recommend you to do that specifically up against planes which have guns mounted in the wings. So that worked very well. And yeah, okay guys, that's it in this video. I hope you like it, found it useful, and if so, please leave a like and subscribe for future content, and see you in the next one. Take care guys, have a good hunting.